Yo, what is good guys, back here with another YouTube video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my honest thoughts and opinions on someone or something going on in this wacky weird world people decided to call pro wrestling. Guys, you can tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my thoughts on if Gunther, formerly known as Walter, should really win the WWE World Championship, whether it's like the Universal Undisputed one or like the World Heavyweight Championship kind of deal. Would love to know what your thoughts are on that down in the comments below. While you are down there, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, turn on post notification. Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean a lot to myself if you did. And when it comes to Gunther, I'm pretty sure I did a video previously sharing my thoughts on him, kind of deal, so I won't rehash it here and whatnot. But when it comes to whether or not he should become like WWE champion, I personally would love to see it. He's one of those guys that is a really good wrestler, don't get me wrong, kind of deal. And he's also a believable potential world champion, in the fact that, like, if I showed one of my friends who's not a wrestling fan kind of deal, like one of his matches, or even heck a photo or a clip of him kind of deal and whatnot wrestling, they're like, yeah, he's a wrestler for sure kind of deal. Like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but he's a big boy kind of deal, like a big boy believable wrestler kind of deal and whatnot. For myself personally and whatnot, granted, he's not the best on the mic or like the most entertaining kind of deal and whatnot, but he's also one of those people that whatever he says, to me it's like I cannot take my eyes off of him when he speaks. Again, there's other people who are more entertaining on the mic than he is, for myself personally, and whatnot. And yeah, he's also one of those people, when he does wrestle, I can't take my eyes off of him kind of deal. He is for me, he's a professional wrestler in a sports entertaining world, and I mean that in a good way. And whatnot. And yeah, for myself personally, he is one of those guys where I personally would love to see him as a world champion. It's just, I don't know what the likelihood of that is, like him actually winning it. I can definitely, don't get me wrong, see him challenging for the world title, but I don't know for sure if he'll actually win it kind of deal. He might win like by DQ or something like that kind of deal, but I would not bet a shiny loony on him being a world champion. Not anything against him specifically. He is what, like 35, almost 36 years old kind of deal, so he's probably had more of a career behind him than in front of him kind of deal. And when it comes to being a world champion, you gotta do more times than not, especially within WWE, the media circuit kind of deal, like the radio stations, the early morning interviews kind of deal. For an example, breakfast television kind of deal, CB24 breakfast, that kind of stuff. And I don't know for sure if the non-wrestling fans seeing him doing those kind of interviews would make them wanna watch wrestling kind of deal, or at least Raw or SmackDown or pay-per-view kind of deal, in the same way that a Seth Rollins or a Roman Reigns can kind of deal, because those guys, Rollins and Reigns, are sports entertaining guys. Gunther, like I mentioned earlier, he's a professional wrestler in a sports entertaining world kind of deal. But again, it's one of those things that, yeah, Rollins and Reigns are arguably better suited for the media circuit than Gunther, but Gunther he is more of a professional wrestler than Reigns and Rollins, in the fact that Gunther, wrestler, Reigns, Rollins, sports entertainers. kind of deal and whatnot, and all of that stuff. And for myself personally, I would love to see it, whether it's like he wins it at like Survivor Series, loses it at Royal Rumble, kind of deal, like a relatively short reign, like that, kind of deal, or a longer reign, and whatnot. Being biased, being a fan of his, a supporter, or mark, whatever terminology you would want to use, would love to see it, but it's also one of those things where I could also see him in a way being like a final boss esque kind of deal. Maybe not be the world champion, but like have him side by side in a way with the world championship kind of deal. Like if you can make it through Gunther, you can win the WWE championship. Granted, he wouldn't be champion in my in a way in this scenario, kind of deal, but kind of being that like a obstacle for the next challenger, kind of deal and whatnot. And hypothetically, if he does win it, I think he would be the first not Australian, but Austrian world champion within WWE, because apparently he was the first Austrian to ever win a match at WrestleMania when he beat Sheamus and not Cesaro, I apologize, Drew McIntyre, kind of deal and whatnot at Mania 39. But yeah, for myself personally, I would love to see it. I don't know for sure the likelihood of it happening. I wouldn't bet a shiny loony on it, kind of deal, and whatnot. But yeah, that's it for this one. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys are doing okay mentally, emotionally, and physically.
The world that we tend to make up is nothing but a fantasy until you wake up. I feel like I'm just lying to myself, yeah. Cause I just crossed the line like I'm playing offside. I do it how I want and I'ma do it till I die. Feel like I'm just lying to myself, but it's